Hi everyone. So a few times I've had people say to me that they need more ideas for mail cards. So I went through my box. I actually have 2 giant totes of cards I've already made, and yeah, I think I am an overachiever in the card making, but hey, so yeah, I can't store them in my craft room because they would just take over. So I've gone through my totes and I have looked for cards that I've made that I think could go to a guy. And I thought I'd just jump on and share them with you just for fun. So, okay. So my first kind of idea for mail cards is to keep it simple and go a little bit grungy. So this technically I'd send to a boy or a girl, to be honest. I actually made this for my friend when he was staying over in England and completely forgot to give it to him, so I still have it. But it's just a very simple card. It's mostly neutral. Excuse me, I got hiccups. And it's got a little bit of gold glimmer in the background from the inking. There's texture on it, and I think that combination of elements can work really well for a guy's card. The other thing you can do is go for like bold colours and masculine patterns. So this one here, I think this plaid's quite masculine. It reminds me of a men's shirt. So I think that would work quite well, and I've just paired it with this like pale neutral beigey colour for my stamping. This again I think you could send to a boy or a girl, but because I've used navy blue and red, I think it could work for a guy too. This card I think isn't really gender specific, it's kind of gender neutral. It's a bit different. I'm not sure what occasion I'd send this for, I just made it because I liked it, but you could easily put a happy birthday or something on there. I've just used some Tim Holtz stickers, but yeah, brown with a bit of gold glitter can work really nicely too. Because even though the guys tend to go for like more neutral colours like blues and browns and reds, my husband is completely different. He loves bright orange, so every guy in our life is going to be slightly different, and it might depend on their age, so there's all sorts of things in here. So if you look at it and think, oh no, my husband would never like that, then that's fine. But there might be another guy out there that does. This I made for my husband, which I will probably give to him either next Valentine's or on our anniversary. And I spent quite a bit of time colouring in the moon, just because it's fun. But I haven't gone for super girly colours so that I can give it to my husband without him going, what the heck have you given me? He's quite good, to be honest. Then I found this pattern in my stash and a sticker, and I thought, this would make a really simple sort of thank you note, maybe for my father-in-law or something. He does tend to fix my car quite a lot for me, bless him. And he came around last week and fixed the hot water, and he's probably going to end up fixing my hoovers, so that might end up going to my father-in-law. This one is quite a bright one, but because of the simplicity and it just says hi, it might be a cool card to send to like a male friend. I've also used this paper before to make a birthday card, and I've had it at the bottom and then just a stamp of a birthday cake and just put happy birthday and kept it super simple. But I like this particular paper because even though it's bright colours, it's toned down. It's kind of got the vintage vibe because it's not on bright white in the background. I hope that makes sense. Here's another bright one that I would send to a guy, and it's got all the rainbows on it, which is cool. And to be honest, this card took me absolutely forever because I had to stamp each colour separately and did all the black outlining. And I love it, but I'm not sure I would mass produce this. So this one might be for my husband only because he's the only person I love enough to waste that much time on. But anyway, I think it's a good option for a guy. And if you have a background stamp that you could stamp and ink a couple of times rather than having to make your own background, then that would be awesome. Or, even better, a digital stamp that you could arrange like this and print it off hundreds and hundreds of times and colour it in. So easy. Why do I always do the long way around? Anyway, rainbow can be good for guys too. This one is a hello card, but it could easily be a happy birthday card. I've just picked some scrap papers, die cut out some hexagons and arranged them on my card. It has got some sparkle on it, which makes it fun, but it's not girly sparkle in the sense of it's like super shiny and pink and fluffy. It's muted and toned down, which I think guys appreciate. Or at least the guy in my life does. Another one with just brown and blues could be a guy card. And again, it doesn't have to have a low on it. It could just be happy birthday. Here's the same idea as the one before last, except for I've put some heat embossed panels. And while I don't normally do silver heat embossing on guys' cards, although I don't know why I don't, but just because it's a little bit of it, it's not too much. And it still could be quite neutral. This one I made for my husband because I think he would put up with it. So if you have a guy in your life who would put up with some slightly cuter stuff, that could be a good option. This one, it's got pink on it, but because it's got the craft card in the background and the twine, it's a bit rustic, so I might consider giving this to my husband. Yeah. And this is a Sympathy card. I've stamped my image onto, it's like a pearlised iridescent cardstock. So in the light, there you go, you can see it a little bit, it shines slightly gold. And I've mirrored that in the I'm sorry for your loss. I double stamped that. I did black first and then stamped over the top with gold pigment ink. And purple is one of the traditional colours for Sympathy cards, which is why I used it. But I went for a dark purple with greens and blues, so it could be masculine or feminine. Sorry if my voice sounds funny, I've got a really stuffy nose. Okay, this is a happy birthday card. This was actually in a set of stickers that I think were meant to be used for baby cards, but I was like, meh, I'm going to make a guy's birthday card. So I did. And I kept the pattern simple and just blues. That could be nice for a kid's birthday maybe. This is another cat one. I just love cats, but I've used this denim paper and I've used black washi tape and black stamping and matting just to keep the monochrome look going. And I actually like that the balloon is a different blue. I think it just adds an element of fun. Here's another one that I thought could be a guy's card. There's actually two here, so I thought I'd show you both because the layouts are slightly different. But something like this is so simple. It might depend on the guy. I mean, they might not like the floral element of that, but the colours I think work really well together, even if the pattern doesn't work for your particular guy. Another brown and cream one is this one. It's a collage one. I think this is quite vintage. I don't know if every guy would like it, but I think some guys might. So I thought I'd include it. Maybe ones who are a little bit more romantic. Here I've made a bear. I thought this might be nice for a child to send their granddad or their dad. And it's something just a little bit different, but it is a more feminine, masculine card, if you know what I mean. This one I thought could be for like sending your son or a younger child in your life. Although to be honest, I'd totally send this to my husband, poor guy. But yeah, just kept it simple with blues. Here's another one. I think this one's a bit more sophisticated. I'd probably send this to an adult guy. because I think it's just funny with the little mice topping up the champagne glasses. So that's fun. This could be a nice encouragement card for a guy or for a lady. Quite like that. Here's another one for a boy, probably maybe a teenager or something. Maybe a bit younger than teens, but yeah, tweens or whatever they're called. This one is just a funny card. I've kept it quite simple. You could recreate this layout so easily. I tend to find guys like simpler cards, ones without a lot of fuss going on, so this could totally work for a guy. Another one with that Cupcake Philip. He's from CC Designs, I think. Some stamping and a die cut out balloon in the background. And some twine. Twine is quite masculine, or it can be. This is a celebrate all day card. So you could use this for promotion or New Year's, anything really. Quite like this. This is a shaker card and I've used sequins in the background. I did put this massive bow on, but you could easily not and it'd still be a nice card to send to a guy, so I thought I'd include it. This is a Valentine's card. It does have pink on it, but Valentine is about mushy stuff, so I figured that I could get away with that. Another one, but in red with a balloon. Another one with a die cut balloon. That'd be a nice one for a kid. This is one I used a visible image stamp set for. I think it was called Sparkle and Shine or something like that. If anyone particularly wants to know, I can look it up for you. But I just stamped that in reds, oranges and yellows as if it was fireworks and stamped a big happy birthday on it and added some little dots. You really don't have to add the dots though. And then I've just done some scribbly borders around the edges. Super quick card. Stamp positioner really helps for that card though. Then I've got this one with cupcakes on. Bit more whimsical but still cool. And I've used some twine. Here's another Sympathy card. I went a bit vintage with this one and I went with blues and yellows. This is one of my favourite guy cards that I've ever made, and yeah, I did the I can't remember if it's Kaiser Craft or Kanban, but it's like a graffiti stamp, and I used I used two distress inks. I used Broken China and the Twisted Citron, and then I overstamped to get this other colour in between. And then I just use a Studio Light Star outline die, and then the inside of them I just popped out as an embellishment, and I used this font. I thought it was quite retro and yeah, was juxtaposed to the modernness of the rest of the shapes and the style of the card. This one was a colouring page that I did in a little book, and I just made it into a card. I cut out a circle. I actually made another card that was the opposite, where I had this circle popped out on the on the white background, and then had happy birthday somewhere else on the card, but I've already sent that one out. Actually, it might have been Father's Day, I can't remember. Then I have a couple of kids cards using stickers. So for these ones I went for bright colours, so I've got orange and green on this one with a little dinosaur. And then this one is a blue dinosaur, which is more tealy colours. And then this one is just some stenciling using some punchinella and that random piece of my husband's computer that comes out with tiny dots, which I just love, and some die cuts. And then here is some more little Valentines, which are all similar but they've just got a little banner on them. So yeah, if I find any more cards that I think will be good for mail cards that I've already sent out that I still have photos of, I will insert them after this bit in the video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a little bit of fun to show you some of the cards in my project box, and if there's any that you particularly like or a specific occasion you think that you want to make a card for that you have no idea, let me know in the comments below and we can try and help each other out. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye! 50 awesome points to everybody who got this far in the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can find out when I release new videos. And there are a couple of videos here for your delectation if you so desire.